I got a new show for y'all.
Another judge bites the dust.
Yeah.
Judge, anything to say about this?
There are questions tonight asking whether a Milwaukee County judge obstructed justice by shielding a man from an ICE arrest at the Milwaukee County Courthouse. The incident happened Friday in misdemeanor court and could make the judge a target of a federal investigation. Nick Bohr tonight with that story.
Judge Hannah Dugan has been on the Milwaukee County bench for 9 years, but is herself under scrutiny after an incident involving a man wanted by immigration agents outside her courtroom Friday. According to a law enforcement source, ICE agents were waiting outside Dugan's courtroom for a man making a court appearance there, but Dugan is alleged to have shielded him to avoid his ICE detention.
That's woke. Yeah, that's beyond woke. A judge is supposed to uphold the Constitution and prosecute the people who break our laws. That's what she's supposed to do, hold those people accountable. Why is she shielding people from our laws? Because she's a Democrat. You didn't know that?
In an email to other judges shared with 12 News, Chief Judge Carl Ashley confirmed the presence of ICE agents Friday, explaining they had a warrant and were asked to wait outside the courtroom.
Wait outside my courtroom? He's just there for a misdemeanor. Shouldn't a felony trump a misdemeanor? Who cares about the misdemeanor? This dude's in the country legally.
However, Ashley said he, quote, had no information to provide as to what occurred inside Judge Dugan's courtroom. I spoke with Judge Dugan outside of her courtroom here this afternoon. She told me that she didn't wish to comment at this time, but there is a sign taped to her courtroom door that predates the Friday incident, but seems to reference some of the same issues. The sign urges any person who, quote, feels unsafe coming to the courthouse to contact Judge Dugan's clerk to request a remote hearing via Zoom.
She's protecting illegals to come to a courtroom. So, yeah, if you're illegal, you call her and say, hey, I'm illegal. I got ISIS after me. I need to make sure I don't get arrested. So I'm gonna do this Zoom thing you've been telling me about. Let's do this over Zoom because ICE looking for me. Yeah, that's crazy.
It stated 4 days before the Friday incident. An ICE spokesperson told 12 News Tuesday morning they would not confirm the incident. They also wouldn't say whether the man in question was ultimately detained by ICE.
Federal authorities reportedly arrested a Milwaukee County circuit judge this morning for allegedly assisting an undocumented migrant. In a since-deleted tweet from FBI Director Kash Patel, he said this judge was arrested on charges of obstruction related to an immigration arrest. NBC News law enforcement and intelligence correspondent Tom Winter following these details for us. So, Tom, this is obviously late breaking. I know you were just running in here after checking court paperwork. What do we know about this arrest and this judge?
That's right. So Judge Hannah Dugan is the person who's been arrested here, facing 2 counts. The court paperwork was just unsealed: obstructing or impeding a proceeding before a department or agency of the United States and concealing an individual to prevent his discovery and arrest. And what they allege here in the course of the complaint that's been filed by the FBI agent who is running this investigation is that essentially this judge used the jury door. So that's the door that the jury comes in and out of the courtroom. It allows the jury to come in and out of the courtroom and be able to move through non-public areas. So that protects them. But it's also a way for other court staff to move through. And apparently she was involved in this case, at least according to the information that the federal prosecutors and the FBI has alleged here in the course of their investigation.
Hey, Pablo, ICE here. I'm going to send you out through the jury doors. That's crazy. And everything that's happening in court, there's a court reporter. I think that person's typing everything. So it's documented. Yeah.
She moved this individual who's wanted by ICE, for which there was an active and a arrest warrant for, to be removed from the United States, moved him through the jury door, allowing him to effectively evade ICE agents. This individual was facing criminal charges, 3 misdemeanor counts related to physical assault. And so that's why they were in the courthouse in the first place.
If you're a judge and you've been on the bench for what they say, 9 years? Yeah. Why would you risk all of that for somebody who's in the country illegally? Who's assaulting people. Who's assaulting people. Assaulting. I said assaulting. Assaulting people. I said assaulting. It's assaulting. Assaulting people, right? Yeah. Why would you risk all of that? I know why. Woke? You're a batshit crazy Democrat. That's why. Yeah, you woke. You got the woke virus.
Place. Obviously, this has caught a lot of attention here this morning, but this is a case that's still moving.
But she's doing everything she can to flip her nose up at the Trump administration. Yeah. If it was Biden deporting him, she probably would have. They wouldn't care. It's Trump. It's crazy, man.
A couple more questions here, Tom, because I know obviously you're literally reading these unsealed documents for us, but do we know if there's any relationship between the judge and the suspect? What would have motivated her to do this? How unusual it is for her? And
Trump
how
derangement
would
syndrome.
The arresting agents know that she used this door? Were there ICE agents there waiting, and then they realized, okay, this guy was somehow transported, we couldn't get to him?
Waiting.
You know, I'm just wondering what triggered the actual arrest.
Awesome question. So with respect to the individual, Eduardo Flores Ruiz, there's no indication that we have from any of our reporting that the judge knew this individual. I do want to be specific on the charges. It's 3 misdemeanor counts. He's 31 years old. Domestic abuse and infliction of physical pain or injury. This incident allegedly occurred on March 12th of this year. With respect to the question you just asked, which is how would the investigating agents that led to this arrest today know what happened? Well, they say, according to the court documents that have been filed, that multiple witnesses they spoke to described what the judge did, described even some of the conversations that the judge was having, even conversations the judge was having with counsel and the judge was having with court security staff. Those are the allegations. It appears that on that date, they certainly became aware that this individual was able to get out of the courtroom and to avoid the arrest. Subsequently, they developed information as far as how that actually happened.
Do we know if the judge is being held in jail, or is this an arrest and a release until the arraignment?
So that's
they let her out. Yeah, they're not going to put her in normal population in jail. They're not going to give her the Carmelo Anthony $250,000 bail, but they probably just release her on her own recognizance because she's not a flight risk. Yeah, that woman should be disbarred. Well, you so woke, you go to law school, pass the bar exam. It takes a lot of work, a lot of hard work in education. It takes a lot of time. And you throw all that away for a person that's in our country legally, that's assaulting people. That is crazy. So she did that out in front of everybody. Hey, Pablo, hey, come here. You gotta go up through the doors. It's lights out there. The doors? The doors? The doors. The doors. Door. Sally. The Salir. That's crazy, man. Yeah, I hope man, if she doesn't lose her job, she's going to lose her job. She's going to go to jail. They're probably going to suspend her sentence, but she's going to get disbarred. But, man, you threw away your career over a person you don't even know. But that's what's going on across the entire country. You know, okay, local officials are not to cooperate. Yeah. That's the verbiage they're using. No, they are collaborating together to help these people get away. Yeah. And for them to hide, to harbor these people. That's crazy, man. It's like unbelievable. Yeah, I can't believe I used to vote for these people. It's crazy. I actually voted for Al Gore. He just compared Trump to, to the Germany guy. Yeah. With the nice logo he used to wear. That is nuts, man.